Welcome to a wild ride through the bizarre beliefs of some of our favorite celebrities. Get ready to chuckle, scratch your head, and maybe even question reality. The legendary Lady Gaga, who apparently believes her creative genius flows from her nether regions like a mystical river of inspiration. Yes, you heard that right. According to the diva herself, her artistic prowess resides in the most unexpected of places, her vaginal juices, and she worries that having physical relationships will rob her of her creative inspiration. Move over, science textbooks. Gaga's got her own theory on how creativity works, and it's juicier than a ripe watermelon on a hot summer's day. But hold your judgment, folks! Before you label her a certified loony, consider this. Maybe she's onto something revolutionary. After all, if her theory holds water, or should we say, juice, we might witness a new era where water bottles should stop their water business and start producing wisdom waters using I can't even say that. But let's be real, folks. If that happens, we might need to rethink our entire hydration strategy. Maybe it's not the brightest idea to chew up food and spit it into a toddler's mouth, even though some Hollywood stars like Alicia Silverstone think it's a good plan. Mayim Bialik, another Hollywood star, also tried this with her kids. They thought it was a helpful thing to do. They even compared it to what birds do, as if we're all part of some bird club. But hey, humans aren't birds. Saying that doesn't really make it any better. Silverstone and Bialik can do whatever they want, but let's admit it, it's a bit on the weird side. There's no real benefit except maybe making babies eat foods they can't chew yet. So, it's strange and kind of pointless. But it's not really evil or harmful. The age-old equation of 1 + 1 is equal to 2, or so we thought. Prepare to have your mathematical worldview turned upside down by none other than Terrence Howard, the maestro of unconventional arithmetic. Forget everything you learned in school, folks. Because according to Terrence, math as we know it is a mirage, a tantalizing illusion meant to keep us in the dark. In the world of teriology, 1 by 1 doesn't equal 1, it equals 2. Mind sufficiently blown yet? Terrence takes us on a wild ride through the twisted corridors of his mathematical mind. How can it equal 1? He demands, throwing conventional wisdom out the window like yesterday's newspaper. According to Terrence, if 1 times 1 equals 1, then surely 2 is rendered obsolete. But fear not, for he has cracked the code. The square root of 4 is 2, ergo the square root of 2 must be 1. It's so simple, it's genius. Or is it? If your brain is still doing mental gymnastics trying to keep up, don't fret. You might just need to enroll in Teriology 101 at the prestigious Howard University. Excelsior! Rob Lowe, the legend himself, believes he almost got attacked by another legend. Yep, during his show called The Lowe Files, he and his crew went deep into the Ozark Mountains looking for a creature locals call a wood ape. Now, he knows he might sound like a crazy Hollywood guy, but Lowe swears they were threatened by this monster at their campsite. People says, Rob Lowe needs to go back to the wild. He's gotta find these huge ape-like creatures and do something epic. Maybe he could become their friend. You know, like a peace ambassador or something. Or maybe he could challenge one of them to a wild fight using old-school biker gang weapons like pipe wrenches and chains. That'd be a showdown worth watching. Superstitions. They're those quirky beliefs that make life a bit more interesting, or maybe just a little more cautious. You've got the classics, like not crossing paths on stairs, unless you want a trip to the hospital, and definitely avoiding walking under ladders, unless you're a ninja dodging falling tools. But let's talk about black cats. Now, that's where things get a bit hairy. There's folklore about witches and their furry companions. But what's interesting is Missy Elliott's strong belief. Despite the raised eyebrows and sideways glances, Missy boldly says that encountering a black cat can mess up her whole day, even making her replan her entire day to avoid the consequences. Randy Quaid, a mysterious man surrounded by conspiracy theories thicker than a Hollywood movie plot. Randy believes that Hollywood's talented stars are assassinated by some shady cabal and he's on the list. But why Randy Quaid? What secrets does he hold? Is he a spy, fighting against the Hollywood elite? Or is he just caught in the chaos of fame and fortune? There are so many questions. Was Randy Quaid once a hired killer, stalking the streets of Beverly Hills? Or is he just a misunderstood actor, lost in his own thoughts? Oh, Randy! The truth may be out there, but it's harder to find than a box office flop. A former girl band member joins the conspiracy hype, taking it to the highest level of absurdity. According to Mutya Buena, the COVID-19 pandemic is just a distraction, a show created by the people behind the scenes to distract from the fact that Hillary Clinton was on trial for cutting off a young child's face at a Washington, D.C. pizza parlor. And who are these mysterious puppet masters? They're none other than Hillary Clinton, Obama, Bill Clinton, and even Oprah herself. The tangled web of conspiracy theories, where reality takes a back seat and imagination drives the bus. The infamous New World Order conspiracy, where a select few aim to wrangle control of the entire planet and run it like their own personal dictatorship. M.I.A believe that giant corporations like Google and Facebook are just pawns in this grand chess game, created by the CIA to spy on us or even control our thoughts. While the evidence for such claims is about as scarce as a Yeti sighting, it's hard to deny the allure of a good conspiracy theory. But fear not, dear viewers, for there's a simple solution: just log off. That's right, if you're worried about Big Brother peeping through your webcam, just unplug and unwind. Of course, saying goodbye to your favorite social media platforms might be harder than breaking up with your Netflix subscription. Kyrie Irving, the guy who always keeps us wondering with his conspiracy theories faster than we can say slam dunk. While he's moved away from the flat earth idea, thankfully, he still has plenty of eyebrow-raising beliefs up his sleeve. Kyrie says that the Federal Reserve Bank played a part in JFK's death and the CIA had a hand in Bob Marley's early passing. David Icke, a former soccer player turned sportscaster, has been spreading some crazy conspiracy theories for years. He kind of declared himself as a savior on TV back in 1991, and ever since then, he's been talking about shape-shifting reptiles who are secretly running the world. And guess what? Author Alice Walker actually agrees with him. According to Icke, these reptile people can also be called Zionists, who he thinks are the real enemies of freedom. It's all about blaming the Jews, according to Icke and his followers. It's pretty sad to see someone like Alice Walker, who talks a lot about the history of her people, blaming another group like this. Especially when Jews have faced so much discrimination and still do today. To get more content like this about your favorite celebrities, be sure to hit the subscribe button for Celebrity Star. Don't miss out on all the exciting news and updates about your beloved stars.